All right, we are back, and it is the air combat segment. And before we do any combats for the month of September 1941 turn, I thought I'd show you what's going on down here. Uh, no access initiated combats down south. I'm just holding them off. You can see, therefore, he didn't deploy his air unit. I grab my little poker, might come in handy. Holding actions all the way up here. Not much going on. There's this little offensive that's going to get crunched up here real quick. This unit here in Warsaw will probably be cut off. I'm hoping to get him cut off. We'll have to see what these combats. It all depends on the die roll now, and should be pretty good luck for him. Know my die rolls, but anyway, these guys here, they're all back in supply, connected to the gray hex side, so I'll be moving those markers off. And this guy here might have to watch what his supply is. So we got two of his units might have got a little bit too eager in their little futile attempt to cut off my supplies. So here we go with the main battles. I did assign an air unit to battle number 1, so that's a key battle for me. And you can see where I assigned more air units will be battle 5 and 6. Then we come down here, and he assigned an air unit, and he assigns his after mine, so I really can't respond. So he pretty well sees where I assigned mine, and he goes ahead and assigns his. So that was a good spot to put that there at battle number 11, where I got a blitz marker. But you can see how we do have in battle 13 air combat that we'll have to resolve. But I assigned one of my units, and I think that air unit on battle 14 is going to go ahead and try to combat that flotilla on its own instead of regular support. We'll see how that all works out rule wise. But here you go. This is the way we got them going on. Now I got air units, like I said, assigned to battle number 1, which is the one just south of Brest-Litovsk. Right there. Another air unit assigned to battle number 5. And then it'll be, I guess, him going against our battle in these woods and the river. So that'll help out their modifiers there. And of course, battle 13 is where we got the 2 air units battling. Now he had air units based here, so he just sent them up in the air as defense against my air units coming into strafe and close air support. Battle number 12 also has an air unit of mine. Battle 12 is an uncontested air unit of mine. There's going to be an air combat over the skies of Smolensk. And battle 13 is where he has an air unit. 13 all by himself. Nope. 13's contested. 11's where he's got his all by himself. So he's got an air unit right here, all along, which is a good move because I don't have no air units there. So that's about it. Like I said, it all depends on the die rolls, but I thought I'd bring you in on what's going on. We got a couple of battles there, and I split them up because I knew that goofy fleet couldn't support both of them. And I went ahead and assigned an air unit to deal with him. But on the other battle, he's got a nice little flotilla there, so that might be a one and done. But that is it. Looking to make a break on the Russian front. And like I said, putting all 3 of those army units together. We'll see how good it works out, but it's really demoralizing my opponent. So if it turns out too good, we might have to talk him into playing a little bit longer, but we'll see. I'll be back. All right, welcome back, everybody. It has been a while, but we are still on the ground combat segment. But I've got most of the combats taken care of except the ones in Finland, and I will be doing that today on a rare day off. Like much of the other part of the country, this time of year we have been receiving a lot of precipitation, a lot of rain, and luckily, I guess luckily when it comes to Russian front, I'm off work today. But I got a whole weekend I got to work, so that's fine. That'll be all right. Little change there, but it has been a little bit on the slower side this year because of the rain. But even though it's been a little bit slower, it's been about a week or so since I've been able to get to the game board. As a matter of fact, I think these combats I'm going to be talking about took place about a week ago. So me and you are both going to be going through and seeing what's going on and kind of refreshing my memory. Right off the bat, though, earlier I was looking at these battle cards, and usually I place the casualties down around here, so no casualties for the Axis side during the combat phase, but the Russian side definitely has a few casualties of their own. So let's go ahead and go through it. As you've seen earlier, not much offensive action, or no offensive action actually, in Romania and Hungary. We'll come on up here and see what's going on in the central zone, where I initially didn't put many units. My push was towards Moscow, so I'm kind of paying for it here, but I think I pretty well quelled the fire. Here you go. These are results of the combat. You can see my air unit there. Pushed whoever back or eliminated them. So these two units are going to have to be rescued or something during my opponent's turn. My units will remove their out of supply markers. So I'm anticipating a little bit of a push to this little gap here, probably. We'll see. We'll see what happens. He's got other problems elsewhere on the table. We'll show you that right in a little bit. But there you go. And I do have some infantry, a whole bunch of infantry, and I reserved. Now I can move them next in my exploitation phase or wait for his phase. We'll have to see. I haven't gotten that far on thinking yet, so on strategy-wise. But this is the results of my push. Now this air unit's there by himself. There's no ground units underneath him. He'll be transferring or returning him to the nearest air base, and good luck on that. Well, he's got a bunch of cities down here, but we'll see what's up. This is the results of my armor attack. You can see there were a couple units that were a little bit put up stiff resistance, and it wasn't really stiff resistance as much as it was me needing to inflict 3 hits during initial combat to eliminate him. And if you only get 1 or 2 hits, he's just going to wisely pull back into the woods. So looking for eliminations on those die rolls, and didn't get it. Didn't have that. Probably didn't have that much of a advantage. It was probably a +2 or less. You can see there I moved my army units out, but these guys are getting precariously out of supply. So the big decision now is whether to capture Moscow and wait and get supplied later, or hopefully get supplied. Because building those rail units up is a bear. Not much of a threat going on in the central zone. Not yet, anyway. I'll show you what the threat's going to be here in a little bit. Did capture Smolensk and cleared the area out. Now I'm sending some of these panzers down on that sweeping motion already. Trying to take advantage, rather, of light defenses. But like I said, it will change here in a little bit. And that's just looking down south. Now up north, I still got those combats to resolve. And I get the emails from my opponent wondering if I'm still here, and I just tell him, dude, I'm sleeping most of the time. So he's understanding. He's doing a lot better in fantasy baseball, I think, than he is in Russian front. I'm not doing too good in fantasy baseball. I got Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, or that Judge guy on New York Yankees, Juan Soto, Clevenger, and Price, all my top players on the DL. So yeah, I'm pretty well kissing it off on fantasy baseball, but I can still beat his butt in Russian front. All right, well, that's about it. Show you what's going on there. A couple more battles. I'll be getting to them on my game day, my game day off, and see what's going on. Oh, by the way, the Blues are doing good too, so go Blues. We're back. All right, we're back with a little bit more information. Give you a quick little look here. He's got almost no threat. Most of his attention, as I want it to be, is up north around these battles. And like I said, the reason for that is his lack of forces, really. And I have eliminated a bunch. We'll show you right here. Everything above here is all casualties. So he has taken a lot of casualties. But, and this is the big but, come on down here. There you go. That whole line of reinforcements here. It's got one designation on it, and that is Moscow. So, and then look what else comes in October. The winter is coming. Oh, he gets a nice little air unit. Come over here, and then come November. November already? He gets some 7. Look at oh my God. I think it's over. It's over already. It's over for me. So, that's what we got going on. The game is not... I was telling you earlier about my opponent saying game over, but Yeah, I was asking him earlier, and he was mostly in jest because I think he knew he was looking at this nice little reinforcement or order of battle card, and it definitely favors the Soviet players. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It's just getting started, people, on the Russian front. Be back. All right, we are back with some strategies and tactics on the Russian front. And I'm down to battle 14, which you can see there is I'm trying to attack a little spot here. This is a key spot because if you get this little railroad junction here that goes into, I'm not sure, Russia, I guess, you get an extra movement factor by rail. Not that I'm moving much by rail, but yeah, it could come into effect. So there's this little battle here. I cannot read this city to make the save my soul because it's in white. So if anybody knows what, maybe it's Lagoda. Maybe no, it starts at, I don't see an A after that G. So, but got a little battle here. Now my decision has to be whether I want to go ahead and attack that flotilla or fleet with my air unit. Either way, it's going to be a 1-to-1 attack. I'm thinking if I attack him with just my air unit, he can only suffer 3 hits, that I'll be out of the game and he'll be able to sit here and still use those 5 factors and support against this. So I think my best option is not to go ahead and attack that fleet independently with my air unit, but to use them in support of a ground attack. So what will be happening is that these Finnish infantry, supported by this Finnish air unit, is going to go against these Soviet Marine units, and they're supported by their flotilla. Either way, it's going to be a 1-to-1 attack. It would have been 1-to-1 if I would have used my air unit against him, and he would have had the option of a good chance of being eliminated. So I'll just use his factors with the attack. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, but just a separate attack, which you're allowed to do on the fleet, there's a better chance of my air unit getting eliminated and not being able to contribute. So we're just going to go ahead with the attack here. That will be in 8 combat factors versus 5 plus 3 for the Marines. Although the defense, you'd be looking at those second numbers, 3 and 5. Either way, it's an 8 versus an 8. So 1-to-1, which comes over here on the 0 table, which is not good. You want to get at least +3 on these attacks. Anything below there, you need a 6 on your die roll. So looking for a 6 on my die roll. I will let you know what happens when I go and click it up. Got to do it on the vassal wall. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And with the 0 or odds or whatever, my die roll was a 1. So let's go adjust the hits accordingly. Oh, I think I might stick with it here. And that means 1 hit on my opponent, 2 on me. Now I could take a lot more hits than him. You can see that there. He can only take 3. So I'm going to re-roll again. I'm not going to pull back. And we'll see what happens. Be back. Okay, we're back. And this time we've had a die roll of 5. So that gives him a 1 and me 0. And that was a good die roll, and that was what was needed. So let's go over here. And we'll change him to a 2. Those 1 markers are getting hard to come by. But he's got 1 more hit to take. I will consult. Find out what's up. He's taking a little while to get back with me, but I'm basically just going ahead and rolling the dice on my end, and I have to ask him if he wants to proceed or pull back. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I don't know what's going on with my recorder, but this time we got a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's the result. I get a hit. So it goes up to 3 on mine. I can only sustain 2 more hits. Looking for that 1 hit to defend him. He knows the die roll was in his favor. So we will see what his decision is. Be back. All right. And again, die roll was 4. I'm getting killed here. But I will look at my board and the situation, and I think I'll take the chance. Although I think it's going to kill me. There's 4 hits on that 4 finish unit. How important is that spot to me? Battle number 14. I see a pullback. I'm giving it up. Be back. Okay, they have prevailed and held the spot. And my units have pulled back along with my air unit. He's got 4 hits on him. Those Marine units are awfully fragile too. On to battle 15. Here's what we got going on. Let's go look it over. I will be attacking with 4. He will be defending with 6, I guess. He'll be using that flotilla's defense factor. So -2 attack. That ain't gonna work. So no other modifiers. And we'll be back. Alright, luckily the die gods were my favorite, but let's see how good it comes out to. Alright, well, it means I still get a loss. I rolled a 6. So that is a hit I'll take. Then I'll just go ahead and pull on back. So let's go ahead and... Oh, my last hit. Well, I'll tell you. The ones are hard to come by. I think on the back of these I got some numbers wrote down from olden days. But we'll go ahead and give him a hit, and then he's getting the heck out of there. There he is, in that German mountain unit. But yeah, I believe these Russian naval units are making a difference in these battles. Be back. Okay, battle card is now empty. And you can see the results. He remained in... kicked the Finns out, kept them in Finland. Other than that, that is about it. We will move on now to the air combat, ground combat, post-combat step. Return and transfer. Then he goes first to return all of his air units and ships back to ports. Air units and bases, ships back to ports. And I will do my return and transfer also. And then we move out of supply segment, and that's when we'll check the supply. And I'm pretty sure that everything will be okay, even with that finish unit up there. Although, I don't know, he might be eliminated. Yeah, didn't get no victory against those Marines. Ouch. Alright, well, that's about it. I'm going to move on for a little bit and make this an upload, but that is the end of the German turn. Big decision to make. Do I go for Moscow? Oh, sorry about that. Do I go for Moscow? Or do I... and another thing is, I get to Moscow, but I'd probably be out of supply. But just put me in that city. I don't think he gets his reinforcements. I'll have to look on that, and I will let you know. But that is the thought process going through my head. Somehow, gotta get that rail lines built. I got exploitation phase coming up through. I don't know if I could even get there with the exploitation. I don't think so. But we got reserve units, all kinds of other stuff to move. Return and transfers. Might take a while for him to get that far, because I don't know, he's at work. It's a work day for most people, and decisions to make. So might not be till tonight. We'll be back.